Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Behind the Syndicate, episode 6. Thank you all so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. I am joined by head coach James Champagne. He is the head coach of the soon to be CoFL champions, the Texas Syndicate. Thank you, coach, for joining me tonight. How you doing?
I'm good. Happy Thursday. Glad to be
Yes,
here.
happy Thursday. All right. So, do you have any big announcements that you'd like to have be made tonight?
Oh, man. It's been a busy time, but a good time. We shout out to Jalen Lewis, one of our offensive linemen. He put out a QR code today about tickets. So you've probably seen over the last few weeks a lot of our players, um, Rick Smith, EJ, now Jalen Lewis, where we're giving out 1,000 free tickets for our preseason game on May 23rd at P Field. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. Also, just tickets in general for all home games throughout this journey. If you download the Hometown app on your phone, find it in your app store, whether you got iPhone or Android, you'll be able to type in Texas Syndicate, and then you'll be able to see or be able to get those tickets for each game. Just a reminder too, on May 16th, we have a high school camp. We have a female flag football showcase event, both at P Field, both from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You go on our social media website, you'll be able to find a link to sign up. If you have any problems with that, contact me through social media or contact me. You have my number, however it is, right? So that way we can get as many people and many kids, most importantly, involved, right? So that high school group, you're gonna be working with our coaching staff and other surrounding coaches and running it like a regular football camp, mini combine style type format. And then as well for the young ladies with their flag football, because flag football is becoming really huge on the middle school, high school, and even at collegiate level. So we want to show our ladies some love as well. So that's a big announcement for that. We're about 3 weeks away from report date, right? We report that weekend as well. And then we hit the ground running with our 1 week of training camp, and then going into our preseason game. So the journey is near. Thank you to all those that have participated as fan owners through the Wefunder, and thank you to all those that have participated in our dollar campaign, whether it was um, contributing $1 or sending it out to your environments. So good with that. We just had 2 new signings today. I saw when I got off with our play-by-play announcer and our color commentator, if I'm not mistaken, a broadcaster. So shout out to those two. Um, Miss Wendy, and I forgot the gentleman's name. It's Whitney should be our play-by-play announcer, and then I forgot the gentleman's name, but we shared a little dialogue today. Yes, Mister, I have it on my phone. I can't see his name.
It looks like Gabe Ferreras.
Yes, yes, Mr. Gabe, that's what it is. Yes, so shout out to those two for being a part of our journey as well. Me personally, I've been in Zoom meetings in between my job with our mental skills coach, Coach Kitchens, as well as planning for our guys' um financial literacy classes as well. So then, that's something that we want to provide that education, that opportunity for education and information. So then connecting those dots with that, as well as some physical therapist slash athletic training type things for our guys. So I've been really involved with that as well as just regular day to day operations, chatting with coaches, chatting with our guys, doing what I need to do. So that's it for right now. Just we on task with what we need to do. Be on the lookout for 2 new signings as well. Uh, got ourselves another tight end and got ourselves another defensive lineman too. Some more to follow on that.
Excellent. All right, so coach, you ready to talk a little football tonight?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A little bit. Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. So, as a developmental summer league, how are you balancing veteran minor league experience with your hungry college grads and local Texas talents who don't get a shot at a CFL or the NFL?
Oh, we just balance it by trying to instill in everybody to keep the main thing the main thing. It's not easy, right? Because it's a little bit different demographics, as you said. However, it's all about yes, it's about what's on tape, but it's also about the mentality and the vibe you get from that human. So we like that mixture. We like that mixture of veteran presence from the minor league world or the arena world or other developmental league world. Um, those guys are starving. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake about it. The college grads as well. Those guys are starving. Make no mistake about it. And then the local talent gentlemen as well that make up our team. Hey, they starving as well. So the common denominator is starving, unite the hustle, we over me mentality. Just really keeping the main thing, keeping the uniform, giving the same tone and expectation pretty much to everybody, regardless of where their background or their experience came from. Yes, respect their journey and respect their prior experiences, but we understand we're here for a common mission and a common expectation. That's to make new memories. That's to demonstrate NFL type concepts, the first three quarters, and CFL concepts in the fourth quarter, and be unified in order to do what you need to do for this season. So that way you can do whatever it is your heart desires or whatever blessings come your way in the future. That's for players and coaches. So just keep it, letting everybody be who they are, but balancing it a little bit with making sure we keep the main thing the main thing. But it's a great problem to have. Had to do that a little bit before my prior stint, so just grateful for the opportunity to be
Yes,
able to
sir.
do that.
Yes, sir. So now, when it comes to like X's and O's, offensively, are you going to be more run heavy, spread, balanced, run and shoot? Um, what's you looking like?
Oh, I mean, we'll be balanced, right? You know, we've talked about and we've talked about when I say we to include our players on all sides of the ball. We've had dialogues with our coaches' expectations on those sides of the ball, getting a feel for what works, what doesn't. Our coaches have, excuse me, have been able to see film on each of these guys as well. We've created one resource or one document, so to speak, where everybody can reference everybody's film on the roster. So that way, while the coaches are implementing their systems or their way of doing things, while getting dialogue, feedback, and sustainment from the players, hey, the main concept is do what works, right? Adapt, adjust, overcome, keep it super simple, but effective. So I think offensively, right, will be more balanced. We're gonna stay true to winning the time possession battle, winning on those downs that we need to win on, which pretty much all of them. But hey, never be too high, never be too low, right? So everything is one moment at a time. Good, bad, terrible, outstanding. Get the ball out quick, protect your guys, see the space, fill the space, there you go, right? So don't want to get too much in the bag, but we'll be balanced. We'll be balanced, but good tempo and being unified.
All right. So your background is as a defensive guy. So how aggressive or bend but don't break do you want this defense to play in? And what are you emphasizing in the trenches in the secondary?
Mm, I mean, we're gonna be control violent, right? That's the name of the game. It goes to our overall core team values of energy, effort, execute together, tempo, tough, right? That's mentally, physically, um, spiritually, and emotionally. So it's just a we gonna know we know what our rules and our keys are, right? We know what we want to focus on. and we're gonna target on those focus points, and then once you get into the game kind of takes care of itself. It's still a one moment at a time mindset. So, just I'd probably say, man, if I had to choose, we just gonna be control violent. We're gonna be control violent. We're gonna be together. We're gonna do your job first, help others second. Um, 11 people moving towards the target in harmony. Um, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. So now we'll move on to like the season goals and expectations. Now we all know it's the first year for both the team and the league as a whole.
Mhm.
So realistically, what does success look like for you this summer? Is it a playoff berth, division title, or just simply building a solid foundation for the future?
Well, words matter, so we're not gonna um target it with one specific success. What how we instilled in the guys and even instilled in our coaching staff is we know the mission and we know the journey. We focus on the journey. The journey is last team standing July 20th. Now, I know the championship game is July 19th, but again, words matter. We take care of what we need to take care of. The rest of the chips will fall where they may. Yes, this is the first time league. Yes, this is the first time. This is the first time group that's together for a team, right? However, majority seven out of the eight, 7 out of the 8 teams in the league are pretty much going to be first time together. Even the team that has some chemistry, they have different areas in their roster. So with us, the journey to July 20th, that's just how it goes. However, we're not going to be focused on July 20th. It's 1 minute, one moment at a time. Um,
Hmm.
all days of the week. What the beauty of this is, a lot of the other coaches and leadership within our Continental Football League, this isn't their first time to football. This isn't their first time to developmental or summer professional leagues. So although it might be our first time under this logo or this name, it's not really our first time. So we are excited as the syndicate for sure, but as the entire league to control, we can control. And that's the summertime. May through July is our time as a league. That's our time as a organization. That's our time as an entire team, as an entire community. So we're gonna make new memories with that, and we're looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. So we know that the Southern Division includes the San Antonio Tours, and I understand that you live in San Antonio as
Yes,
as
sir.
well. So is there any extra motivation knowing that you're going to face your basically hometown team, and how do you see that matchup?
I mean, they're 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 just they're on the schedule, man. I mean, they're next on the list, right? Stay in the moment. Right now, we got our preseason opponent, and then Toros will be the next target, and then so on and so forth, right? So San Antonio is home. That's where my last duty station was in the Army, and I've been a resident here for 8 years. But um, looking forward to them coming to us at P Field, and we take care of that business, and then looking forward to coaching at the UIW field and all that good stuff and handling business there. The beauty of that is like with our players and even our coaches, and like we're pretty organic with them. So a lot of the guys know about where most of the coaches live and reside at and all that. So it's nothing like it's a bulletin board material or hidden agenda or anything like that. So um, I'm gonna love for San Antonio to come to P Field. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
Pflugerville is gonna be my home too. That's what it is. That's what my mission is. That's where my journey is. That's where I'm meant to be for this. But shout out to the San Antonio people I do know. But hey, they just they just next on the schedule. That's it. That's how we
Yes,
look at it.
sir. So it'd be kind of cool to play an away game at home.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I mean, sometimes everybody goes through it at some point in life, whether they're a player, whether they're a coach, beginning, mid, end of their career. So um, it's similar to like Peyton Manning when he was in Denver, he went back to Indianapolis, or Tom Brady a little bit with the Patriots and the Bucks. So that's just how it is. Like that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yes, sir. So you did mention about the preseason games. We already know that the schedule is locked and loaded, and preseason is just around the corner. So, which early season game are you circling as a measuring stick as where the team is at?
I mean, obviously, week one, right? Because that's the first objective on this journey, right? With the Toros, um, all the opponents will be quality opponents, but I would say week one, right? Um, that first away game that we have, we need to start the right way on the road. Um, I would say it's kind of hard, man. I mean, all of them are, but week one for sure. And then the halfway point, I would say week three, right? And then I would say week five, and then hey, going into that Fourth of July week six. So if I had to pick three, I'd kind of do it by weeks. Week one, week three, and then week week five. So we we ahead of the curve, but we're on task. That's how I look at it.
Yes, sir.
So that's the checkpoint piece of it, so to speak. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So we'll move on to some like inaugural season challenges and a P field experience. So, what are the unique hurdles of launching a brand new professional franchise, like facilities, travel, there's the growing pains of creating something from scratch, and how are you and the staff preparing the players mentally and physically?
Oh man, it's you know uh, a lot of people in life ask for shots, pray for shots, expect shots and opportunities, but you have to really remind yourself and remind others around you to try to block out the noise, especially when those dates are coming near, right? Um, the unknown scares people, whether people admit it or not. So with us, we just have to stay the course. I would say a challenge is, of course, trying to create chemistry or routine through virtual, right? Life's about two choices. You can either attempt to do the uncommon thing through the virtual piece and do the extra legwork through text and phone calls and what have you as well, or you can just wait while you sit on your hands and wait until May 15th. And we don't want to be generic. So that was a little challenge at the beginning, but slowly but surely we got our little routine. Connectivity issues here and there, but that might be a challenge. Transportation piece, we have our transportation pretty much locked, and I do love about the Continental Football League that everyone's on the same sheet of music. But hey, bottom line up front, not no airfare. We ain't doing no planes. It's gonna be
Hmm.
on the bus. There you go. Have a nice day. That's what I love about uh, the uniformity of the league, and that's what I admire from our leadership of the Syndicate to where, hey, this is what it is. We're gonna be busing, and that's how it goes. That allows a lot more freedom and a lot more awareness for us as a coaching staff to implement that to the players, right? Um, words, words mean everything, right? In professional football, as a player, even a coach, at times, I watched the podcast with Coach Money probably about 2 months ago or something on another podcast, and he put something so profound where it was like, "Hey, we are who we are, right? We're doing the travel on the bus. We're all uniform with that as a league, and that's what it is. Don't get caught up in pro, but then you're trying to find something to complain about." So, um, all right. I respect him a lot more for that, for saying that. And that's a mantra we have put into our guys way before we signed them, during signing them, before that podcast, and even after. So, um, just the challenging piece of, just the challenging piece of, yes, we have the buzz, that's the positive, but just keeping everybody locked in the moment, healthy during that travel, executing the game, and then the travel after the piece. Another thing is too, where you're dealing with a lot of local people, but you're also dealing with players and stuff that are out of town. You're dealing with coaches that are out of town. So everybody, the common denominator is everybody sacrificing something, and just that challenge, the challenge of believe, believe, wipe out the noise. You're gonna make a choice. You're either gonna stay through this journey or you're not. Every moment is not a good moment. Every moment won't be a great moment. But
Mhm.
how you gonna respond when a circumstance tries to tell you no? Stay on task with what you got going on. Do your job first, help others second. So that's it. Just hey, if everyone, well, when everyone succeeds and completes the season, all 18, and we go through all the 8 games, and we prove as a league that hey, busing is the way to be, right? Having no issues at our respective home fields is the way to go. It hopefully it can inspire others either in the football setting, the business setting, or whatever industry they decide that hey, it can happen. It can happen. It will happen, and you got to keep sustaining what you said you want, even when the mood you said it may have changed.
Mhm. So we know that, as you mentioned before, P Field in Pflugerville is the home stadium. So how important is it to building home field energy and a syndicate strong atmosphere for those first year fans, as all fans will be?
It's extremely important because it's about impact above all else at the end of the day, right? Um, you don't have kids, you don't have kids there, right? It might be little league. It might be kids that play little league football. It might be kids that don't play little league football. But it's about bringing an environment and a community and an area together and getting them to believe. Because even as a fan, right? It might be, especially with Pflugerville, Austin area, where hey, they haven't really had professional football. So the unknown, the unknown. You have to embrace. You have to endure the storm. So we're looking forward to the ones that are present, that are present. Just be present. A great way to be present. Be present May 16th. We're on people, right? And we're doing a high school camp. It doesn't matter if your child is not in the high school camp. Come out and watch. Come out and we don't shake your hand. Come out and chat. Come out and observe from the stand, from the fence, afterwards on the water breaks, getting on the field. Um, Dialogue, right? For the young ladies, you don't have to play flag football. Bring your child out there, right? If they're athletic as a whole, right? That's a way to do it. And then most importantly, when we get down there after the report date, we're gonna have a lot of our guys and coaches to where they're staying. They're staying down there. So you see them in the grocery store, you see them in Walmart. We, I'm, I tell this to our guys all the time too. When you see people in the grocery store, in the gas station, in the Walmart, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Maybe shake their hand, like whatever, just nod at them, whatever the case may be. Those little things matter. Oftentimes in life, we focus on the outcome, or I want a big old outcome right now in the microwave. And life doesn't work like that. The strong will survive. The sustain will maintain through the good, the bad, and the terrible. So we're looking forward to having presence on our field when we're at our field to include practice, to include, like I just told you, in the gas station or wherever it is. So we're looking forward to that. Our team will be working out at a performance center. We're gonna have some other things all that. Every little moment matters because at the end of the day, it's about impact. You can't impact until you interact and
Hmm.
until you're present. That's it.
Sir. So I know with the UFL, there's all this stuff about the attendance numbers, and I'm sure you see on social media about the numbers sagging. And then I saw on X the other day, Josh Mayer, he's like the owner of the Toros, and he posted something about they need an average of 3,050 fans per game to have a successful season. So, what would a number in your mind for attendance be considered a successful season?
When Mr. Josh, he was talking about 3,000 for the UFL to be successful.
For the Toros.
Oh, for the Toros, I mean, don't want to put a number on it, but I mean, our stadium, if I'm not mistaken, can hold about 9,000 or 10,000, if I'm not mistaken. Um, we'd love to have at 3,000 or 4,000. We'd love to have 5,000. Um, we'd be we'd be grateful for the 1,000 consistent. We rather consistent because you can sustain that over fluctuation of numbers. Because so uh, 5,000 would be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
1,000 would be adored because it's consistent and sustained. It's present. We're present. They're present. That'll multiply. That'll multiply. Um, that'll multiply not only just in continuing to be present, but hey, more beliefs. So
Mhm.
we just we, for the second we're looking for sustainment, whatever that number is, right?
Absolutely. So we know that the team and a lot of other teams in this UFL, they're all community owned through Wefunder. So how has that fan ownership model influenced your day to day approach or any type of buy in by players or the coaches or
It's a unique approach. When you first hear about it, it kind of seems a little shaky, but we kind of give them a history lesson a little bit on Ohio Valley doing it before, right before coming to this big Green Bay Packers. A lot of soccer teams do it. Um, it gives you a little bit of inspiration that it can be done, right? So for me, for my approach, I've committed to doing like a video at least once or twice a week, just with announcements like I normally do on here at the beginning of the end of podcast. And one of the things I bring up is the Wefunder piece, right? But also providing them a link. I kind of give them, and I kind of make it to where, hey, look, hey, these are the options that they have, but even if it's a minimum of $100, so to speak, you are a owner for this league, right? Or you are a fan owner for this organization. Another way that I do it is when I interact with people, whether it's potential partners, whether it's sponsors, so whether it is a regular fan in the gas station, a regular fan at HEB or Walmart, and we exchange contact information, whether it's a person I've never met or a person that I do know or that I'm aware of. I created just a little um, I don't want to say slide deck, but something that's a one source stop, right? Gives us a little bit about our league, even dating back to the 60s when the league first happened. A little bit about our players, notable players, a little bit about our coaching staff, each coach, and what they have done. Um, our on field team expectations, um, and then just a resource tab, so to speak, whether it's a website or a link or Word doc, whatever it is, to show, yeah, we're doing a football piece here, but we also getting our guys involved with personal development through mental skills coach, right? Through financial literacy classes that are done online through Zoom. It's not a hard thing where they have to stop what they're doing in the middle of the day to go do it. Um, so long story short, I share that little brief informative slide deck with people when I encounter with them, and then I commit to doing 1 to 2 videos each week on announcements where I include that Wefunder piece. A lot of people shy away from it because they're not aware of it, right? But um, I've even gotten on the website with some people so that way they see, hey, oh, it's not a hard task, or hey, it's not a hard process. Hey, there are options, right? There's options for submitting something now, but it also shows you the benefits, so to speak, years later with the investment that you put in. So yeah, that's how I try to target it. But that is picked up for us a little bit this month, and then that last week or so of March. So shout out to our new funder. Yeah, looking forward to the many more.
Right. So you were talking about like player development and earlier, and I just wanted to say you've emphasized athletic, athlete mental health before in previous podcast in the previous episodes. So why is that important to you and the organization, and how will it show up for the players this season?
Because it's about mentality, at the end of the day. Um, Something I tell all my players or something that I instill in all my players, but I'm training people, they can be adults. I've said it with my prior minor league teams, high school teams, middle school teams. It's here in the brain, it's there in the heart, and it's all over. And that's a mindset, right? So um, when your mind is in a consistent spot, a decent spot, you're gonna you're gonna embrace the storm. You might react or feel rattled at first, but that rattleness doesn't last forever. Because that's true execution on adjusting and adapting, and not just with football, right? But with your emotions, um, with your anxiety, with your mindset, with handling distractions, being able to identify what's a distraction, what's not a distraction, regardless of who it's coming from, whether it's from an outsider, whether it's from a friend, whether it's from, a loved one at times. And it gives you reps or experiences or recommendations on how to articulate it to that person so that way that person can understand it too, where it's coming from. So um, That's that's important with that. Obviously, this is a contact sport as well, and we know with contact and piece like that, that's a challenge on the body as well. So the least we can do is try to make, try to create good habits, try to create quality, positive habits that you're gonna do here, but you can translate that to your life after you're left here, or after your mission here in the summer is done during the off season, during your day to day life. How it's going to translate on the field, simple, like I just said, right? Simple cues when you say something 21 times, or if you repeat a song or a lyric of a song 21 times, and guess what? You don't know that song by heart, right? So if you learn or one cue or phrase or quote sticks with you from the mental skills coach, that's going that's gonna be in your brain through tough moments. That's gonna be in your brain through positive moments, on the field, off the field, right? And then from a vulnerable sense, in a sense, it increases respect and honor, um, with the troops and the people that you are going into battle with, or that you're enduring this journey with. So it's about trust and honesty, like the High Five song from the '90s used to say, but think of it more in a team aspect piece. So yeah.
Excellent. And last question for you, Coach, for the night: what message do you have for Central Texas, San Antonio fans who are ready to jump on board for this first ride?
Well, the message is, hey, we're gonna be about wheel and me, right? Which goes hand in hand with unite the hustle. Um, we won't get every moment right, but you should see a demonstration and a body language of together. You should see energy. You should see body language, effort, do more mentality, right? Um, execute the small things as much as possible. And know, by the way, when we don't execute it, we're going to have a short term memory, right? How fast can you fix a mistake? It's on the football field, on the practice field, when you're getting your groceries in the grocery store, whatever the case may be. Um, you're gonna see you're gonna see mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional toughness through action, not words, right? Um, and then everything we do, we're gonna strive to do with intent and purpose. Um, we're going to strive to be organic, um, be approachable, right? Don't be shy. Hey, we're not gonna be shy either, right? So we're gonna be approachable. Um, and that's just the main thing. Body language, unified, making memories one moment at a time, um, solution based, um, focus on our one or two areas that we want to target, and then the rest of the chips gonna fall where they may. Never be too high, never be too low. So that's what it's about. We want y'all to be proud of the team, proud of the guys individually. What is that dash gonna be? Right? Everybody talks about the dash on the tombstone or what have you. But what about that dash for this season? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's 2026 season, but we've kind of been prepping a little bit towards the end of 2025. When we look back at that 2025 and 2026, you see that dash. What does that dash? What what have we done to contribute to that dash in y'all's perception and observation from the city of Louisville, Austin area? And then we learn that same question and thought on what that dash means to our families, our own families that we represent, and then ourselves. So just when you're focusing on legacy, just focus on one moment at a time, man. Leave your situation better than what you found it. Not physically leave, but when that end result happens, July 20th, and that environment, we're going to be better. They're going to be better. Key field is going to be better. Louisville as a whole will be better. And whether that's better is through material things, mindset, um, internally or externally, if we can target one of those things and increase that, that's the one for real.
Excellent. All right, Coach. Do you have any other information that you would like to put out tonight?
Nah, just shout out to um shout out to our coaching staff, you know what I'm saying? All those guys, they doing their part. All sides of the football. All of them are bought in. Out of town ones are excited and they got their report dates. The ones that are making the commute driving back and forth. Hey, they know the expectation. Yeah. There ain't no pushback with that. Shout out to our team. There's a lot of guys that are being more vocal on our team chat with words and encouragement, regular dialogue, posting their workouts. And being more dialogue and vocal during our meetings and chats and stuff and things of that nature. So shout out to all the 30 something guys we have now. And we're looking forward to a few new ones we have to add to make this roster and our team complete. So shout out to them, and shout out to all the players' families, and the coaches' families and loved ones as well, because it doesn't happen without their support, without them allowing all of us to pursue this journey, this dream, this mission. So it starts at home. So shout out to them as well. And then last thing, like I always say, hey, nobody ever told you you matter. You chosen. You're more than enough. Be the change that you want to see. Change starts with you. It's not about me. It's about we. That's our mentality. Unite the hustle. That's who we are. So appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Mr. RJ, as well.
Amen. You too, Coach. Thank you so much. Well, that's it for our episode tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. And I want to thank Coach Champagne once again for taking time out of his schedule to this episode. Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, until next episode, unite the hustle. Have a good night, everybody.